話ってなんだろうね。
After returning home from the meeting, Toa and I eat dinner together. I tell her about the encounter I had with the student council president. Maybe she's gonna confess her love to me.
何それ？新しいギャグ？
Dearest sister, must you laugh at your brother's aspirations?
ハレンチワールド全開のメモ帳を持ち歩いてる男がそんなこと考えてたら滑稽というより失笑だよね。
She said it was interesting though.
お兄ちゃんの顔が？
It was written in a rush, so it was kind of sloppy, but... Wait, no, my face is perfectly fine. Please stop, that laugh cuts deep. I'm still not fully used to her cruel sense of humor, so I've ended up with a lot of emotional damage.
でもどうあれ、あの漫画をお兄ちゃんが描いてるってこと、学校でバレたら困るんじゃない？
No doubt. The guys would never let me hear the end of it. The girls would start treating me like walking trash. I don't want to have a life like Saru's. Absolutely not.
もし会長にバレてたらどうするの？
If she spills it. I certainly wouldn't expect someone like the president to be into that kind of manga. That said, I suppose I don't really know her well to begin with.
シカ君のファンとかじゃないの？
Could be. She might have started reading my manga due to Mr. Deer's art.
告白されるよりはよっぽどあり得る話だよね。
Don't stomp on your big brother's heart like that. Toa's right. That's a likely explanation. I'd find it surprising that the president knew of Mr. Deer. She doesn't seem like the manga or light novel type. It's not unthinkable, I guess. Incidentally, Toa is also a huge fan of Mr. Deer. Her room is adorned with Mr. Deer-related merchandise, including plushies of Mr. Deer's image character, Mr. Deer. I once pulled some strings with Takatsuka-san to get Toa a signed copy of one of his books too. All this talk of Mr. Deer is making his name lose its meaning. If the president figured out my secret, I hope I can convince her to keep it quiet.
ゆすられたりしてね。
Surely not! What would I, a lowly commoner, have to offer someone of her stature?
そりゃお兄ちゃんには興味ないだろうけど、シカ君のファンだったら合わせろとかサインもらってこいとかあるでしょ？そうだ、ついでに私の分ももらってきてよ。
You already have one though.
サイン本はサイン本でしょ？色紙に欲しい、イラスト付きで。
Fine, I'll ask my editor, but don't get your hopes up. What if she asks to meet Mr. Deer? Even I haven't met him yet. I communicate with him through Takatsuka-san. I've never even heard his voice, let alone seen him. When I asked her what he was like, she said he was someone who was young and skilled with a pen, very much like you, Narumi-san, although she said this with a heaping of sarcasm. Sounds perfect. If he's a looker on top of all that, I'll drown myself in envy. I'd rather not meet the guy. Well, no use stressing over it now. If she were to actually threaten me, I'll just deal with it then.
奴隷になれとか言われたら OK 出す前に私に相談してね。会長とは条件面でいろいろと話し合う必要があるから。
You wouldn't stop her?
条件面で折り合えば問題ない。私は家のことがおろそかになったら困るだけだし。
Can't you think of me as something more than a slab of meat? Well, I'll find out tomorrow for sure. I need to be more careful from now on. As trouble keeps piling up one after the other, I should probably rethink how I use my notepad. Maybe have a warning on it that says it has personal information inside. How is Rambler doing? Has anyone caught on to who I am yet?
ないない。そもそも芋サラダは特定されそうなこと絶対につぶやかないから。
I see. Thanks again for taking care of that. Potato salad is the pen name I use for my manga. At Takatsuka-san's recommendation, I made an account on the popular social media site Ramble to promote my manga and give updates to the fans. I was supposed to be the one doing the rambling, but Toa took over, saying, "You'll just leak private info all over the place, Oni-chan." What have you been rambling lately?
見てるアニメの話とか、その日何食べたかとか。
Sounds boring. Posting anything that could lead people to uncovering my identity would be bad though, so playing safe is probably for the best. Tua posted photos in the past, and one of them exposed her relatively small hands, so there's a theory that potato salad is actually a girl. As they say, ignorance is bliss.
お兄ちゃんも自分ってことになってるんだから、ちゃんとチェックしときなよ。
Sorry about that, I just kind of forgot.
ほっといたら魔が差して、つい過激なことつぶやいちゃうかも。
Such as?
新しい下着買いましたとか、写真付きで。
That's more scandalous than drastic. There's a limit to attention seeking. If there comes a day where I'm outed to my fans, that would come back to haunt me.
何にせよ、明日はうまいこと説得しないとね。
Right. Hopefully I won't end up in the worst case scenario of becoming her personal yes man. I'll need a lot of mental preparation for this. It's Tuesday, I think? April 13th. Lunchtime. After grabbing a quick bite, I head to the student council room to meet with the president. What should I say? My footsteps grow heavier as I mull over my current situation. No matter how I look at it, this probably isn't going to go favorably. I can't ignore the matter either. I'm totally cornered. Before I know it, I find myself standing in front of the student council room. Alright. I slapped my cheeks for motivation. No time for doubts now. I steel myself, throw open the door and... The vice president, dressed only in her underwear, is standing before my eyes. She freezes at my sudden intrusion. Her eyes dart wildly across the room. She seems to be in a panic, unable to digest her own predicament. I'm floored as well. Why is the vice president half naked? From a quick glimpse at her slouching posture, it seems that she was in the middle of removing her skirt. My eyes, however, are drawn to her plump chest, which seems to bounce in the air. Beads of sweat form on my brow. We lock eyes. The vice president takes a deep breath and... Gwa! You shouted! It's not peeking if it's blatant. Who isn't? No, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to walk in on you. Don't call me pervert twice if you can't think of another insult. The vice president continues to berate me as her face grows redder and redder. Her blush is either from embarrassment or anger, though it's probably from both. I don't have the luxury of figuring it out. I need to clear up this misunderstanding. Hang on, just calm down. If I were really here to peek, there's no way I would just barge in the front door. Do you understand now? Can you find it in your chest to overlook this matter? I just stepped on a landmine. Get? Alright then. I bolt out of the room and rest against a wall while trying to calm down. I found myself in the shoes of my own manga's protagonist and experienced a lucky pervert scene. If I was a master tier latcher, I might have accidentally stumbled, causing her panties to fly off and finding myself buried in her roomy breasts. Unfortunately, I'm not graced with such talents. Still, the vice president has amazing proportions. It's like she's a Mr. Deer illustration brought to life. Eek!
3組のなるみくんね。
Yeah, that's me. My identity's already been found out. I haven't even introduced myself. I've got a bad feeling about this.
確かに鍵もかけず生徒会室で着替えてた私にも落ち度はあるけど、ノックもせずに開けるのはどうかと思うわ。
My apologies.
見たのね。
Saw what?
とぼけるつもりならこちらにも考えがあるけど、110とプッシュするだけであなたの人生を終わらせることができるわ。
You have no proof though. Alright, let's start over. Clean slate. Just put the phone away, please. Now I know what it feels like to be falsely accused of being a molester. Problem is, I actually did see her changing. Of course, I saw her underwear. We locked eyes, so I can't really lie. I saw your enchanting half-naked figure.
忘れなさい。早急に今すぐこの場で。
I don't think it works that way. Stop! Please don't threaten me with your phone.
なら言われた通りにしなさいよ。
I would love to cooperate, but that wonderful, no, impactful scenery. You can't expect me to say yes, ma'am, and forget everything.
もしくはこの書類にサインしてくれるだけでもいいわよ。
That's a school resignation form. So this is my first autograph request, huh? I feel like I'm going to cry.
どうかしたの？なんだか騒がしいみたいだけど。彼に着替えを覗かれました。着替え？本当なの？
I had no intention of peeping, but I did walk in on her, changing.
聞きましたか、カオルゴ先輩。ノックせずに入ってきて、私の一糸まとわぬ裸体を凝視されたんです。
You weren't completely naked though. No, you had underwear on.
なんでまだ覚えてるのよ。早く忘れろって言ったじゃない。
Oh, and you expect me to let that one slide? Come to think of it, the suspicious one here is definitely the vice president, changing in the student council room in the middle of the day.
それで、確かにノックしなかったのはいけないと思うけど、アーシェちゃんはなんでこんな時間に生徒会室で着替えてたの？それは、
The vice president deflates instantly, suddenly looking uncomfortable. She avoids eye contact and begins to blush. What's this? It looks like there's some sort of hidden reasoning here.
カレーうどんが制服に。
Curry udon?
何よ。私がカレーうどん食べてたらおかしいって言うの？
Well, no. I just expected it to be something bigger. That explains it though. The vice president was eating curry udon and got some on herself, so she had to change. I had the misfortune of walking in on that. I don't think there's anything to be ashamed of here. How did you even get curry udon? Did you leave the school grounds to buy some?
そんなことしたら怒られるに決まってるじゃない。カップ麺よ。
Right, of course. There's no hot water in the classrooms, so she made it in the council room. I just thought you ate alone.
失礼ね。一緒にお昼食べる友達くらいいるわよ。今日だってクラスの子たちと。
The vice president pauses as if realizing she had just hit the point of no return. You were?
踊ってたわ。
You sure live a good life, vice president.
踊るって何よ。意味がわからないわよ。
Hey, you're the one that said it. The vice president buries her face in her hands and starts mumbling. She looks extremely embarrassed.
アーシェちゃん、前にも言ったけど、いっぱい食べることは別に隠すことでも恥ずかしいことでもないと思うよ。ですが。
Judging by the conversation, it looks like the president understands the circumstances. She said she eats a lot.
とにかく、さっきあったことは絶対に忘れること。いいわね。
Got it. I can only nod at her threat. I don't fully understand the situation, but I'm content with letting sleeping dogs lie.
それでなるみくんは生徒会室に何の用だったの？まさか本当に覗きに来たなんて言わないでしょうね。
私が呼んだんだ。
カオルコ先輩が？
The vice president raises her eyebrows.
コウキくんとお話ししたいことがあって。
コウキくん？
あれ、私名前間違えちゃったかな。
That's probably not why she's baffled.
私も同席します。
あー、ごめんね。内緒のお話だから二人っきりがいいの。
ちょっとどういうこと？
I'm not sure myself. Honestly, I just want the president to explain everything to me.
カオルコ先輩に変なことする気じゃないでしょうね。
Of course not. What do you mean by weird?
それは変態、大変態、ウルトラデンジャラス時間。
I didn't do anything! She's bursting with accusations.
カオルコ先輩、少しでも何かされそうと思ったらすぐ大きい声で助けを呼んでくださいね。防犯ブザーも用意した方が。
もうアーシェちゃんってば心配しすぎだよ。
ですが
コウキくんも変なことしたりしないよね。
No, of course not. Honestly, I don't think I can even come up with anything weird to do. I guess this is how the council works. The president's nonchalant attitude backed by the vice president's seriousness.
ほら、コウキくんもそう言ってるし。
わかりました。カオルコ先輩がそこまで言うなら。
Stop scolding at me! I swear I won't do anything. I know it's hard to believe after all this, but please.
よくわかってるじゃない。いい？あなたがいくら無罪を主張してもカオルコ先輩が黒と言ったら問答無用で引きちぎるから覚悟することね。
Jeez, she's scary. Ripped me to shreds? How am I supposed to have kids if I die?
返事は？
Yes! The vice president storms down the hall, furious.
アーシェちゃん、今日は元気だったね。あんな姿見たの久しぶりだよ。
Energetic? She looked more pissed than energetic.
とりあえず入って。ゆっくりしてたら時間なくなっちゃう。
Yeah. This is awkward. The president is just smiling silently. I've been quiet as well since I don't know what she wants in the first place. I should make some small talk. Nice weather we are having.
そうだね。お、
It's no use! I'm so rattled, my conversational skills have left me. Overused small talk is worthless. The president isn't exactly helping here either. Damn it, why do I have to be so dim-witted right now? Judging by the conversation we had the other day, she knows about manga. Let's start from there. So, Press, you said you knew who I was yesterday. Specifically, my true character. It would be bad if she found out that I was the writer for a manga. At this point, I would prefer hearing something like, "You're a pervert" instead. Actually, no, that's not preferable at all.
コウキくんが芋サラダ先生なんだよね。
My heart feels like it's about to burst out of my chest. She figured it out. I messed up big time. Well, I have to ask her to keep quiet about my secret.
びっくりしたよ。まさかこんな身近に芋サラダ先生がいるなんて思わなかったもん。
Yeah, about that.
ん？
I keep the fact that I write manga a secret at school. I'm willing to do anything, so please don't tell anyone about this. Well, as long as it's not enslavement or helping you meet Mr. Deer Sensei.
お、奴隷？そんなことしないよ。
But...
はい、これ。
The president hands me a few slips of paper as I continue to panic. Why now? Wait. Why do you have this? This is the plot I gave Takatsuka-san the other day. I know I scribbled it in my notepad, but Takatsuka-san and I are the only ones who have proper copies. Did I drop those too? Impossible. I hadn't met with Takatsuka-san yet at that point. So how?
一番最後のページを見てみて。
The last page? I flip through the sheets and check.
昨日の今日だからラフしかないけど、私のイメージはこんな感じかなって。せっかく芋サラダ先生に会えるんだから、直接意見を聞きたいなって思うんだけど、どうかな?
Long black hair with a meek demeanor, there's determination in her eyes. A beautiful yet frail character with a touch of the sensual. She's overflowing with the charm of a girl her age. There's no need for further explanation. This is the new character I discussed in the meeting the other day. It's really good.
よかった。設定を見たときにこれだってビビッときたから結構自信あったんだ。
How do you know her, Press? Never mind that. Look at this quality. It's a near perfect imitation of Mr. Deer's art. No, it looks like Mr. Deer actually drew it. Wait, is she Mr. Deer? To top it off, how did she manage to figure out my discussion with Takatsuka-san just by going through my notepad? If Press really drew this... Honestly, I think I know what's going on, but let me just make sure. Press, are you...
そうだよ。
She nods before I can finish my question. So it's true.
私が鹿くん。こうきくんの。芋サラダ先生のパートナーって言えばいいのかな?
Say what?
いつもお世話になってます。芋サラダ先生。
Oh, don't mention it. Press bows as she introduces herself. I'm still recovering from the shock, but I managed to bow my head out of reflex. The president is Mr. Deer Sensei. My mouth is agape with disbelief. Is something funny?
ごめんね。ポカーンとしてたこうきくんが可愛くってつい。
How could I not be surprised? There's no way I would have guessed you were Mr. Deer Sensei.
私も驚いたよ。落とし物を拾ったらそれが芋サラダ先生のものだったなんて。しかも女性だと思ってたのに男の子だったから余計に混乱しちゃった。
So that's why you confirmed if I was actually a boy.
それはそう思うよ。どんな人なんだろうって思ってつぶやきを見たら、今日のお昼はレアチーズタルトとか、食べ過ぎて1キロ増えちゃったとか書いてあるんだもん。
Ah. Yeah, that's a lot girlier than I expected. And if you're going to overeat, just have rice instead of cake. Actually, my sister takes care of that account. I've never rambled myself.
なるほどね。はあ、すっかり騙されちゃった。でも驚いたといえばさっきもだけどね。
A bit ago? What did I do?
だってこうきくんちゃんと挨拶したいから呼んだのに急に奴隷とか言い出すんだもん。反応に困っちゃった。
Ahaha. Now that I think about it, there's no way she would enslave me. I was thinking too much the other day. Phew, good thing it didn't go anywhere strange. I'm so glad Press was the one who found my notepad. If anyone else had gotten their hands on it, I'd be toast.
そういえばその時できることは何でもするともこうきくん言ってたよね。
Huh? Well, I was running my mouth.
実はね、こうきくんにお願いしたいことがあるんだけど。
A favor? Oh, I can feel something bad on the horizon.
生徒会役員のことなんだけど。
Right.
去年から共学になったのに まだ男子の役員が一人もいないのはどうなのかって話が上がっててね。ずっと探してはいるんだけど、なかなかいい人が見つからなくて困ってたの。
After saying that, the president flashes me a hopeful gaze. So you want me to become a member?
どうかな。
And if I refuse, you'll blurt out the fact that I'm a writer?
しないよ、そんなこと。逆にこうきくんは私がシカくんだって言いふらしたりする？
No, never. Not in a million years.
それと一緒だよ。こうきくんに意地悪する理由なんかどこにもないもん。もちろん無理にとは言わないよ。でも前向きに考えてみてほしいな。
Student council member. I've never even given it a thought, so I'm kind of unsure. On the other hand, this is a request from Mr. Deer Sensei herself, so I'd like to help. Oh, the first multiple choice segment. I'll do it, or I have too much on my plate. Sure, let's do it, why not? Yeah! I'm not very confident, but she went out of her way to ask me for my help. I'll give it a shot as long as there's something I can do. I'll think about the details later. It might not be too bad. I can do it if you want me to.
本当？
I'm just worried I'd start slipping since I'd have my hands full with the council and my manga. Despite that, the president manages to take care of the council and be a popular illustrator at the same time. Stop. This kind of comparison doesn't help anyone.
それなら安心して。生徒会に入れば内申も上がるから進学にも有利になるし、ついでに漫画の打ち合わせもしやすくなるよ。
True, as much as I would love to continue writing, there is no telling what life has in store for me. A strong academic background would help in case I want to try exploring other fields. For someone who isn't good at anything other than Japanese, additional credits are very appealing. Besides,
締め切りが危ないときは融通も聞かせるようにするから。ねえ、どうかな。
frankly, an illustrator accounts for most of a manga's popularity now. I can pay her back for all she's done by lightening her load. It seems refusal isn't really an option here. Alright, I'll do it.
引き受けてくれるの？
I'm not sure how much help I'll be, but as long as you're willing to teach, I'm willing to learn.
よし、決まりだね。
After a brief pause, the president smiles that brilliant smile of hers.
ようこそ、大水学園生徒会へ。